trust me when I say this, I'm so happy to be in your faces. It promises to be a beautiful day today. Today's Friday, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Amazing music everywhere. Ruga is on the news. Now, I gotta be like, it's a big problem. And that's why you guys should please join our reaction today. It's gonna be an amazing one, trust me, amazing reaction. We're gonna be bisecting everything that's to do with Ruga departure, him and the Prince, the video is short, Tunde Ed not in the game. Like all of this conversation where all of that are going to be happening on live reaction. So if I were you, I would not miss our reaction because, bro, I can't wait to say a whole lot about this conversation. But this is just news. I will give you what is on papers, but on reaction, we'll give you in-depth analysis as to what happened over the contracts, Ruga, the Prince, Tunde Ed not. It could even touch the Don Jazzy. So, like I said, trust me, don't want to miss this one. Anyways, we have a lot of stuff on the news today, and before we go into the news, I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you guys are the real MVP. We love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We also want to implore you guys to please put on your notification button so you'll be the first person to know whenever we make a video, post, or a content. However, you can now stream us live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Please come through, and we are waiting for you. Now, in case you're confused about the bell there, the button, you'll see a bell thingy by this video. Just check on your right top area. You see like a bell there. Click the bell, and when you've done that, you've obviously clicked on the button. So whenever I drop a video, you'll get a notification on your phone or your system. So if you've done that, thank you for doing all of that. Let's go straight to what the news look like. We'll begin with the turntable charts. We saw yesterday there was a cumulative appearance of what their figures, our big celebrity figures, look like for last year. And I'm going to be calling a few of them who have done so well so that we all can appreciate their effort and what they put into the game. For the top 50, we have Charlie Poppy as number 22, basically, for the year. And we saw where he had about 153 million on-demand stream and then 802 million radio airplay impressions in the country. Now, for the turntable chart, what they do is not just Spotify or Apple Music. So it's a cumulation of everything, basically everything, radio charts, Spotify, Apple Music, everything, all DSPs, they cumulate it with their internal metrics of what they use in the country. So that's how we have arrived at this figure. So Charlie Poppy has done 153 million on-demand stream and then 802 million radio airplay impressions in the country. At number 21, we have Crayon, who has done about 66 million on-demand stream and 3.8 billion radio airplay impressions in the country. As number 20, we have Adekule Gold with 65 million on-demand stream with 3.9 billion radio airplay impressions in the country. As number 19, we have Ruga, who has done about 101 million on-demand streams, and he has done 3.2 billion radio airplay impressions in the country. At number 16, we have Big Wiz, Wizkid Ayo. We all know last year was a roller coaster for Wizkid. He could have done more, but the event happened and it panned out the way it is. But trust me, 16 is not a bad number because Wizkid did 107 million on-demand stream and he did 4.6 billion radio airplay impressions in Nigeria. At number 3, we have Davido. Davido did about 328 million on-demand stream and 7.5 billion radio airplay impressions in Nigeria. And then as number 1, we have Ashake, Mr. Money, who did about 654 million on-demand stream and 8.4 billion radio airplay impressions. Number 2, just so you know, is Shay Vibes. Moving on, still on turntable charts, we saw Rema Gomez come down, spent his 103rd week on the official radio charts in Nigeria. As a result, it set a new record as the longest charting single on the radio chart. Now, this for the radio category, Rema have spent 103 weeks on the chart. Amazing one to Rema. I think at this point, it deserves a round of applause. Moving on, so this week, the most streamed song in Nigeria for this week, we have Kiss Daniel Davido Twetwe with 6.2 million stream. We have Chike and Mobad Egu with 3.8 million stream. We have Charlie Poppy and the Wally Black Cast with 2.18 million stream. We have Shay Vibes Kana with 2.15 million stream. And then we have Shay Vibes Different Pattern with 1.7 million stream. Talking about the most, this week, most heard song in radio. Talking about Nigeria, we have remix, Kiss Daniel and Davido spending seventh week at number one. We have Ashake Only Me as number two. We have Findo and Burna Boy Do I remix as number three. We have Omale Holy Ghost number four, and then we have Chike Mobad Egu as number five. Moving away from turntable charts, let's talk about the man of the moment, Davido, an amazing guy who is obviously doing so well for himself. We saw Unavailable have just surpassed 125 million stream on Spotify. That's a massive one for Davido. Initially, it was will you get 100 million? Now you surpassed that, and it's even adding toppings on it. Moving on, we saw Sensational is now in the top 10 of them both rhythmic and the urban streams. Amazing one for this guy. The Billboard is actually coming through, and then we're seeing Sensational in two different categories in the top 10 for the rhythmic category and the urban play. That's a massive one. For David, he might have missed out at the Grammys, he might have missed out at the Mobile Awards, but you cannot deny the fact that his numbers are insanely crazy. Now, I kind of feel like these are stuff to fall back and tell yourself, yes, you have done so well. There's an adage that says, when the lizard jumps down, nobody tell him well done, but he shakes his head and does, yes, I've tried. So, Davido, all of these numbers are what will give you an insight that you have done so well for yourself, and you might just not need the Grammy for any validation. Moving on, we saw Eva Longoria and New Peak on the Lost 40 Panama and chart. It has about it's sit at number 19, having spent about 20. Eva Longoria sat at number 19, having 12 weeks on the chart, while Stationer sit at number 29, having spent about 6 weeks on the chart. Now, Eva Longoria is a Spanish song. He did it with Ozuna at the time, and they were all talking about how will this song go. It was not even looking like a song pushed by Davido, because Davido hardly posted about this song, but really it was a song doing good numbers on its own. And then we saw yesterday, I saw a tweet yesterday where someone said two songs Davido jumped on for last year, two foreign songs, Eva Longoria and Sensational. And if you check their album, the album that housed Eva Longoria is the best performing song on the album. While for Chris Brown 1111, we have Sensational as the best performing song on the album. Could this be a Davido effect? Let's wait and see. Moving on, we saw Davido coming out to promote his own youngster, which he called Logos Olori. Came through the EP yesterday, he called the EP Olori, and then we saw where he featured Davido and Musa Keys on the project. Amazing body of work, I won't lie. Amazing body of work. Davido came through. Davido was on the track, and the verse on the track was fire. People love it. People could relate to what he did on that one. But we saw where fans came out to actually throw insults at Davido regarding logos. If I were you, I would see fans' reaction. But before then, we saw David and the guys visiting the MSG yesterday, the Madison Square Garden, and they were just there to just see what the place looked like and tell all the fans that yes, we are ready, we're serious about this P, and we are set to make it a global thingy. He went there, saw the space, and it was so beautiful to see Davido and the team members serenading the space. Back to Twitter bans, we saw people coming out to say Davido no even sabi promote his artist. He only cares about his career. Kudos to Bado. What a selfless human being. Somebody said, it's not easy to promote artists and to promote himself. Now they go no say Bado na Baba. Somebody saying, it depends on the deal. Davido is only helping him as a brother, that's all. I don't think it is on a major deal. Somebody saying, they play. Music business has evolved. Even Bado know they do help again. They either give you a deal or co-sign you. Even Davido said it after signing Moravi and Logos. So basically, people expected that he should have done so much more for Logos because it was on the song, and should have pushed it even beyond his stories. Davido failed to post it on his page, just on the story post, and people felt like he can do more by posting on his page, promoting it, talking about it. The same energy from Moravi, he should put it into this one. But it's his choice. There's artists, whatever he's set to do, it is going to be final based on his decision. So who are we to tell him what to do? Moving on, we saw Threat talking about the song with Kiss and Davido. Have just surpassed 4 million views on YouTube in just 12 days, and it remains Nigeria number one on top music videos of YouTube since its release. An amazing one. Congrats to Kiss Daniel and Davido for giving us that classic. We saw Faith coming out to show respect to Davido, and then after he lost at the Grammy, we saw Faith coming out under one of his posts to comment, and then she said, Timeless still my global album. I don't care. I don't care. And before now, we've seen posts about how Fave at the point almost created a controversy between she and Davido, and people asking, are they fighting? Is everything cool? What's Davido doing? I know it became a back and forth, but as usual, Davido's silence was a response. He came out to say nothing about it. Instead, he went about his daily activity, and the matter died a natural death. But apparently, it looks as though they've settled the issue, and they're back on cool terms, because Faith has come out to show love by saying, Timeless still remains our personal global album. And then she says she doesn't care, and she said that twice. I don't care. I don't care. So Grammy Faith is saying she really don't care what you guys think about Timeless. Moving on, we have Burna Boy as the next guy on the news. We saw Usher and Burna Boy came through the song they called Coming Home, produced by Fuse. Amazing body of work, I'm not going to lie. Now, Burna Boy is on a spree where at this point, it is unwise, it is unfair, it is not cool, it is wickedness, it is evil to compare Burna Boy with any artist from Africa. No, don't do it. Don't stop it. Stop it. Like, just don't do it again, ever. Just stop it. Let it die today. Now, Burna Boy came through on Usher's song, a very slow song. Now, Usher has a beat tempo. You cannot, it won't do more than that. He has a beat where he's comfortable at. And he's a big artist, so obviously, whoever is going to work with him has to work with him on that beat. And this is a beat that is not so cool with Burna Boy. Burna Boy prefers the up-tempo kind of beat, a beat that allows him talk, allows him do his thingy, But this beat is quite different because it's quite slower than Burna Boy's beat. And they all talk about Burna Boy blending. The song began, first and foremost, Burna Boy did not come first. Once again. Now this is like Burna Boy actually said at points, put me in a song I come first. But this one, it didn't come first. It didn't come first. Usher began the song. We saw it was so slow, and then people were waiting to see what Burna Boy would do differently, because this song really was not a Burna Boy kind of song. But trust me, when he came on this song, it became a Burna Boy song. I'm not gonna like Burna Boy just makes everything his own thing. We saw where he came through. His energy was top notch, was unmatched. Killed it, gave us the verse, gave us his lines. His lines were all on point, no whack lines, no dead zone, no dead lines. All these lines were always connected to the next one, and he made sure that, bro, he killed it. His vocals were on point, his lyrics were on point, his timing was on point, his comedy was on point. Everything was synchronizing perfectly. For me, this was a 500 million over 10%. He killed it, and there was no way you will not love this song. Trust me about this. Moving on, we saw Mr. Easy and Burna Boy Miss You Bad have just surpassed 40 million streams on Spotify. Still on numbers, so Burna Boy and Juju Smith, to be honest, have just surpassed 300 million streams on Spotify. We saw legendary Eberi Papa by Timaya coming out to speak a lot about Burna Boy, and then he said, people from Port Harcourt, they are so fearless. They don't fear anybody. They just talk. He said they don't gossip. Yeah, he said they don't gossip. They just talk. They say the truth as it is. And then he said most time people see him talking, they feel he's always angry. And then he spoke about Burna Boy saying when Burna Boy talk, people feel he's arrogant, he's angry, but that's not the case. He said Burna Boy is just a real person saying the truth as it were. He said there are times whereby he's going to be with Burna Boy, with Steph London, and Steph London will have to understand, but she won't have understand the thing of what they're saying, because they are talking about maybe pigeon or something. She has no clue. All she will do is just laughing, because they are always speaking out the truth. And obviously, you have to love it if you're a cool person. So he said Burna Boy and him are always sincere. They never gossip. They don't talk about you in your back. As sincere as possible. If they're going to put their mouth to say anything, it's always going to be the truth, because they are fearless. That is how they are made of in Port Harcourt. Moving on, we have Ruga. He has been trending since yesterday with back and forth conversation. But then, like I said on the news, we'll give you guys updates. We saw yesterday, it came out after, it came out some days ago to say, the Prince, thank you. I have to leave the label, God knows best. And, he appreciated everybody on him. And then he left. But came out again to make this post where he said, just because I'm free to talk now, I want to especially thank Tunde Ednut for being the initial person that discovered me before handing me over to the Prince. God bless you, Kingmaker. From Ruga to Tunde Ednut. And then we saw Tunde coming out with his own post to say, no matter what you do in this life, don't let any human let you stop helping people in this life. So many things to say about the Prince, but we'll go talk him another day. I don't like to trend anymore. If not, I shall don't keep quiet, since if man no honor me, God will honor me. Now at this point it became so crazy. Like, what could be the problem between Tunde Ednut, Ruga, and The Prince. Like, is there a tussle? Is there a fight? Is there a back and forth? Was the deal not properly signed? Did The Prince have issue with Ruga? In all of these talks are all embodied, and until date, we will obviously, just like I said, general reaction, you probably have better insights to all of what is happening so far. And we saw Ruga coming out to say, please note, the Burna Boy freestyle, which was released yesterday, will only be available on YouTube and not any audio streaming platform. See you 6 p.m. on YouTube. Love you guys. And then he came out again to say, I see some comments saying I am ungrateful. Lol, using the F words. It is going down tonight. So he said, you know what? You guys will take a chill pill. By 6 p.m., you will know really what happened. And by 6 p.m., he came as promised. He dropped a video of the song and he said a whole lot of stuff. Now, from what he has said on this song, you can understand. So he explains that there's a lot of godfatherism in the game, and apparently it looked as though the Prince was a godfather and he had to break loose from all of those things. So he had to break loose, and then he explains how he slept with a girl that was somebody's own. And guys, just see if I that gets interesting, right? Join our react. I promise you, join our reaction. You probably love it. It's happening very, very soon. So just join our reaction. But then we have he dropped the video. Views are racking up. Views are racking up almost every time. This is an adult rated audio. Like everything is said there were all adult content, using the F word, using vulgar word basically. Ruka is that kind of person, but this is one audio you should listen to understand what really might have happened. Moving on, we saw Timaya coming out to explain that there was a time about 2020, 2021 where Timaya was losing weight rapidly. It was so slim, people believed, maybe the person felt he was sick. And, it happened at the same time where the Black Panther star actor died. And people felt like if this guy could be going through this, it looked as though Timaya could be going through cancer. So check on him, let's pray. It was a but Maya said nothing. It was so lean, it was so dried up, and it came out why all of that began in 2020. Like, how are you so happy for nothing? And I was like, I have more money than you, I have more influence than you, I am not this happy. I was like, no, something was so he had the drug they were taking, that'll just make you happy. You know the drugs. He was just he was not going to eat, he wasn't doing nothing, he was so happy for no reason and he was just drying up, he was losing weight. He was not eating, but he was spending so much money, losing so money, paying like triple the price to get the drug, and it happened like so fast. And then he said he lost a lot of those and he had to stop it. And how did you stop? He said he lost money, he lost deals, lost ambassadorial deals because he wasn't picking up calls. People were calling for deals, he was not going to pick up calls, he was not posting for them, he wasn't talking about them, he was just happy. He was just happy. Now that explains why people were trolling him online but was posting more pictures because he was happy. Now you tell him he's crazy, what he does is laugh because it was under the influence of a drug and affected him so badly. He lost so much money in billions, he lost deals, he lost ambassadorial deals, he wasn't doing singing, he was just happy for no reason. But thank God he stopped that and he said nobody should go into drugs again. Moving on, we saw Timaya coming out to explain why he has to leave Port Harcourt at the time. And then he said, growing up in a space is quite cool, but then when you blow up from that space, you have to leave the space. If you're going to help people, you have to help them from afar. He said after he blew up, he has to move to Lagos, then he could not help them from afar because if all like was in Port Harcourt, then he said they almost killed him out of envy and jealousy. So basically, he knew that was the time to leave there to Lagos. He also advised Burna Boy that Burna Boy should also leave the space because at the time, it was bigger than the space. He also ended by saying, if you are bigger than the space, leave the space. If you grew up in a space and you're not a big artist in that zone, instead of staying there to help people, you can be afar to help them. It makes more sense that way. Finally, on the news, we saw Vado just before the AFCON match between them. We saw where a fan came out. I'll read the thread to you, so it began this way. Vado, if Super Eagles win today, take me to your next show, OVO Arena. Vado replied saying, this I promise you. X is my witness. And then after the match, Nigeria qualified. And then Vado asked him saying, Oga, where you dey? Come do I'm gonna obviously have my promise. Where are you? Come and do your visa because you're going to the UK. And we saw the guy in front and say, I did Nigeria Vado on your DM. I'm your DM, the great Vado. Vado is talk and do. As he says it, he's gonna do it. But let me start here. We'll catch you guys on the very next one.